The 10th edition of the Concacaf Beach Soccer Championship welcomes you again to the gorgeous capital of the Bahamas, Nassau. Hosting this tournament for the third time. We started with 12 countries and now we are down to the fantastic 4. It's semi-final day on this penultimate evening of the one-week tournament, and our first match features two teams who have 4 titles between them and undefeated thus far in the competition. The United States against defending champions El Salvador here at the Malcom Park Beach Soccer Stadium. Pitch conditions still excellent, 79 degrees Fahrenheit in the evening here of the capital. A 53% chance of rain, is quite overcast above, and the wind still consistent at 13 miles per hour. This is how the bracket looks. It's the road to the final. The United States will play El Salvador in semi-final 1, and then the Baja Boys, the hosts, Bahamas, for the first time into a semi-final, will come up against 4-time champions Mexico, L3, to determine the second finalist. The winners of both these semi-finals, a place in the United Arab Emirates at the World Cup of Beach Soccer in November 2023. 2 teams to represent CONCACAF. 2 teams we start with this evening in semi-final 1. United States, out of the 10 competitions, have been to the semi-finals 9 times out of 10. Only 2017 were they denied a place. El Salvador, they have been to every semi-final of every edition at the CONCACAF level. A team who has had good performances at the World Cup. El Salvador, 4th in the World Cup in 2011 in Italy, and 6th in 2013. A real pedigree team. 2-time champions they are. El Salvador 2009 and 2021. The United States, twice winners as well in 2006 and 2013. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of the USA, followed by the national anthem of El Salvador. Thank you, great passion. And here are your starting lineups for today's game. For the USA.
A repeat of the 2021 final, El Salvador against the United States of America. On that 23rd of May 2021, El Salvador lifted the title by beating the Americans by 6-4. A four-star performance it was from Exxon Perdomo, who is the leading goal scorer in this year's championship. 4-2 the head-to-head between El Salvador and the USA. And what a matchup this promises to be. The 7th meeting between these teams. And it has always been close. This is how the Americans will start out. Christopher Toth between the sticks. Nick Pereira, their captain, a man who scored 110 goals in his career and the leading goal scorer for America in this tournament. Conor Rezende and Gabriel Silveira, they are coached by Francis Barbaroff, their former captain. The officials, Gulmercindo Batista from Panama, Marco Navarro from Costa Rica, and Luis Torres, also from Costa Rica. The timekeeper, Fernando Calvillo from Guatemala. Eliodoro Portillo, the captain of El Salvador, and these are his troops. Herbert Ramos as well, Exxon Perdomo, and Jason Urbina, both with 9 goals in the tournament, joint leading goal scorers. Elmer Robles completes the starting lineup. They are coached by Rudis Gonzalez. El Salvador, 3 wins in the group stages, 10-3 over Turks and Caicos, 10-1 over Guadeloupe, and 7-1 against Costa Rica. Their quarterfinal match was a 7-2 beating of their Central American neighbors, Guatemala. The Americans, they came out of Group C, 3 wins for them as well, 11-1 against the Dominican Republic, 6-2 against Trinidad and Tobago, and 5-1 against Panama. Their quarterfinal was against Costa Rica, and they won that by 5-4. The 2 informed teams of the tournament, but one must fall today. 3 periods of 12 minutes each, with a 3-minute interval in between. If we're all square after that, we go to 3 minutes of extra time, and if needed, the dreaded penalty shootout. Here we go, semi-final 1. The USA in full blue with the kickoff.
It's a very, very good game. And it's also a party atmosphere, so please get yourself a drink when you need to go. Relax and enjoy the show.
Chance for America right away. Good save by Eliodoro Portillo. Chance from outside, and that's kicked over the top. Shot coming in from Hervé Ramos, who has scored 4 goals in the tournament for La Selecta. That shot from Gabriel Silveira is not far away. 5 goals on the tournament. Gabriel Silveira with Brazilian background as well. The American number 10. Three players in their squad with Brazilian background. Conor Rezende, their number 8. Gabriel Silveira, their number 10. And Ricardo Carvalho, who is on the bench. Pereira, their leading goal scorer and captain, inside the area. Chance for America, 1-0. And Nick Pereira with his 7th goal of the tournament. And they really pull the El Salvador defense apart. No overhead kick needed this time from their captain. Just a right-footed slot into the back of the net. Good pass by Pereira. And Pereira with his 7th in the tournament. His 111th in his career. Twice they've met in finals. Last tournament, of course, in 2021. They also met in the 2013 final. And the Americans got the better of them on that occasion, 5-4 after extra time. Twice in the final, twice in the semi-final before this. Two quality teams. Both two-time champions, the Americans in 2006 and 2013. El Salvador in 2009 and 2021. Strike from outside, over the top. El Salvador haven't trailed in the tournament. This is the first time. Americans on the front foot right away. There's a missed kick from Exxon Perdomo, who's been in fine form. El Salvadorian number 5. 9 goals on the tournament. And let me tell you, he likes playing against the Americans. The number 5, 7 goals in 2 games for Perdomo. And that's a foul in a dangerous position. Gabriel Silveira looking for the overhead kick. And Ramos with the infringement. Just bouncing in there was Ramos. Free kick from a dangerous angle. Silveira against Portillo. Good strike straight to him. And a good save. Just about 4 minutes gone in the first period. And the difference, no surprise, Nick Pereira. Alessandro Canale has come on. The American at number 9. 3 goals in the tournament. Here is Perdomo. Well, good hurt by Perdomo, keeping that one in. Chance here! Straight to Christopher Toth. Back to Toth. Toth. Hungarian background, Christopher Toth. American goalkeeper, 15 goals in his career. Actually started out as a centre forward. Toth. Here's a strike that was straight to him, and he collected well. Canale back to Toth. Toth, one of 3 survivors of that 2013 winning team. The last time the Americans lifted the title. In the overall setup, that is, because obviously their coach Francis Farborough was the captain of that team. Chavez just getting a word from the official, as well as Robles. Into the area, punched away by Portillo. Halfway through the first period, and the Americans lead by a goal to nil. Goal scored by Nick Pereira. Chavez with a shot. It's wide. Blocked by Elmer Robles. Antonio Chavez is father of Mexican descent. The American number 3. Chance inside the area. And a quick release. Chance here for Perdomo. And it's well blocked by Valcarcel. Portillo with the strike, but it's off target. This was a block here. Good defensive work by Cody Valcarcel. Christopher Albiston has come on as well. Chance now. Over the top. Needed a better strike from Oscar Cruz. Scored twice already in the tournament. El Salvador, 8 scorers in their squad. The Americans have 10. And here's one of them, Chris Toth, who is it to Peria. Two number 10s doing backwards. Rivera and Roda. Nick Peria off target. Strike, good strike from Portillo, and it brings the best out of Chris Todd. Strong save. El Salvador continue to come forward. Big battle in the middle from both these teams, two quality teams. Back to Portillo. The Americans looking to make their 3rd final in a row. Finalists in 2021, finalists in 2019. And on both those occasions on the losing end of the stick. Earlier, back to top. No team in the history of the Concacaf Beach Soccer Championship has ever defended their title. Can El Salvador be the first? They trail because of that man, Nick Pereira. Side area. Appeal for a handball. No. And that's out. El Salvador ball. La Selecta under pressure. Just 90 seconds to go in the first period. This will be the first time that El Salvador failed to score in the period. There we are. Exxon, Jason Urbina. Ball takes an awkward bounce, and that will be a foul committed by Melvin Gonzalez. Under a minute to go. The United States have a free kick. Ricardo Carvalho foul. Semi-final 1 in the 2023 Concacaf Beach Soccer Championship. Nick Pereira, with his 7th goal of the championship, is the difference. Carvalho over the top. "40 seconds to go in the first period. The strike on target. That's easy for Toth. 4 seconds he has to release the ball from his area. One of the rules of beach soccer. No offsides in beach soccer as well. Those 2 yellow flags that you see on either end denotes the penalty area as well, and the 2 red flags in the middle, the center flags, with an imaginary center spot in between. And that's the end of the period. There goes the whistle. No horn today. And after 12 minutes, the United States, the 2-time champions, lead the defending champions El Salvador by 1-0. That man, Nick Pereira, with the goal. part of this beautiful set of islands called the Bahamas. Still overcast skies here at the soccer stadium. Nothing overcast for the Americans at the moment because they have the lead, a goal to nil over the defending champions. There's 2 victories in their history against the Central Americans. The USA. One came in the semifinals in 2019 where they won via the penalty shootout after a 3-all scoreline. And the other in the 2013 final, the last time the Americans lifted the trophy. It was El Salvador they beat, and on that day it was 5-4 after extra time. There's a whistle on the play. By the way, in that 2013 final, their captain, now Nick Pereira, had a brace, leading them to that victory. And today he has the only goal so far. Free kick El Salvador, Herbert Ramos. Do they have an answer? Four goals on the tournament for Ramos. Can he make it a handful? Ramos, good strike, well saved, tough. Change between the sticks for El Salvador. Porfirio has gone out and Eric Nahira has come on. Nahira likes to come very close to the center flag. That was a poor pass. Now a chance to break. Chance for the Americans. Canale. Perdomo, nice ball into the area, and Jason Urbino was just a little late. Great skill by La Selecta's number 5. No team has gotten to the final more times than El Salvador. 5 times in their history. Twice winners, 3 times runner-up. Chance for the Americans, Canale, and not the best strike from the American number 9. Canale has scored in the last 2 matches against El Salvador. Last tournament final, and in 2019 he had 1 each. Couldn't find the target today on that occasion. Good strike by Toth, forcing the save. Good strike by Nahira, forcing the save out of Toth, who pushed it over. Robles with the overhead kick into the area. Toth goes well. Hard hit taken there. Another stinging attempt. It looked like it came from Herbert Ramos and Cody Van Carcel, taking that one in a sensitive region. We need to take a few deep breaths. The Americans still with a 1-goal advantage. Nick Pereira in the first period, the difference. Seventh in the tournament for the American captain. He is their leading goal scorer. This is certainly the longest period of time that El Salvador have gone without scoring. Leading goal scorers in the tournament. They have scored 34 goals coming into this game. They need at least one to get back in this one. This will be a drop ball. Back to toss. Just over 3 minutes gone in the second period. The Americans on the attack again. Nahira, long release. That was too close. Francisco Velasquez, the veteran, has come on to the beach. They're number 11. Now 33 years of age, over 100 goals in his career as well. Strike from outside and wide, high and wide from Oscar Cruz. Not creating many chances, La Selecta, and that will be a bother for them. Chance for the Americans, and there's a goal! Nicolas Perea with the overhead kick, given space. The ball was heading wide and deviated off the sand. No chance for Eric Nahira, and the Americans doubled their advantage against the defending champions. 2-0 in the second period. Ball coming in wide, an awful bounce off the sand. Silvera with the assist, and that overhead kick. Certainly, look at this, it was heading wide and then just took an awkward bounce off the sand into the net. Many times we've seen that bounce wide or bounce over the bar. Not this time. And the US have looked a lot more threatening so far, creating more opportunities, and they have taken 2 of them. Herrera trying to force the pass, the 36-year-old, lays it out. Chance now, just wide. That kick coming in from Osorio. Just 1 goal in the tournament for Andres Osorio. El Salvador need to create more chances. And now, this one for the US, but Gabriel Silvera can't sort out his feet. Vera with a long throw. The Americans have defended well. A period and a half gone. El Salvador still at 0 against the Americans. We take that shot and it's just wide. strike there coming in from Alvaro Franco. Goals from Pereira and Peria. The difference in this one. Ramos. Well blocked. And the goal is, oh, and that just sneaks wide. Nahira out of position. And luckily for him, Franco's left-footed attempt isn't accurate enough. That should have been on target. Eggs on Perdomo, based on the season he's been having. You'd have probably put your house on him to hit the target from there. Chance again for El Salvador. Blocked by Top. Four and a half minutes to go in the second period of 3. The Americans lead by 2-0. Nick Pereira and Nicolas Peria, the scorers. A little flustered here, El Salvador. They haven't been as fluent as we've seen them in the tournament. 34 goals so far in the tournament and still yet to find one today. Semi-final 1 in the Beach Soccer Championship. The winner of this match will represent Concacaf in the FIFA World Cup later this year in November in the United Arab Emirates. By Alessandro Canali. Very aggressive forward Canali, doesn't back out of a challenge, and even if he's got a foot on to Nahira, good sportsmanship there. There's Canali, very strong. Yeah, standing in the face of Nahira. Nahira will have the kick. And that will be over the top. Shot from outside and it's wide. From Nahira yet again. Under 3 minutes to go in the second period. The USA lead the defending champions El Salvador by 2-0. Nick Pereira, the captain, their number 7, and then Nick Peria, their number 5, the goal scorers. There they go. Strike just wide. Gonzalez with a strike. They have a corner. Francisco Velasquez goes straight to goal, but it's in the side netting. So many goals in the career of the El Salvadorian, number 11, including 4 goals against the United States in his CONCACAF career. Can he find another today? Velasquez. There goes Nahira. That shot is wide from Gonzalez. El Salvador frustrated, and you can understand why. This is the longest period they've gone without scoring in the tournament. Chance here, over the top. Good attempt coming in from Cody Valcarcel. Here's Jason Urbina, good with the overhead kick. And that's just wide. Joint leading goal scorer in the tournament, Jason Urbina, with 9 goals. And he's very good at the overhead kicks. That one, not far off. Canale, nice pass. Chavez! Good save, Nahira. Here go Urbina and Perdomo. Urbina! And no whistle on the play. They're looking for a penalty, but they won't get it. Urbina and Perdomo, the best attacking pair in this year's competition. 18 goals between them, but they haven't been able to break down the defensive line of the Americans today. Chavez and Toth, they're getting the job done. Good goalkeeping by Chris Toth. Chris Toth, coming from a family of goalkeepers, the American goalkeeper. His father, who is actually here today, Chris Toth, actually kept for Hungary. There he is with the American scarf on. Chris Toth, his father, kept for Hungary at the highest level. And in fact, his father as well played with the well-known Hungarian Puskás, one of the greatest grass footballers of all time. So, yeah, real pedigree, Chris Toth. His father migrated to the United States later on, and Chris following in his father and grandfather's footsteps as a top goalkeeper, but this time on the stand. One of the survivors of that 2013 team, Chris Toth. When they won, he is replaced by Austin Collier. Collier comes from Virginia, one of 2 players in the American squad from Virginia. And here is the other, Albiston. Well tackled there. Chance now for Urbina. And what goalkeeping that was from Austin Collier. That is the end of the second period. And the Americans have kept the defending champions and leading goal scorers in the tournament to 0. USA 2, Nicholas Pereira and Nick Pereira, the goal scorer. teams in the tournament, and the United States of America leading the defending champions by 2-0 with 1 period to go. And there is a goal for El Salvador. It has come from the kickoff, and Herbert Ramos, who has come closest so far in the first 24 minutes, cuts the lead in half. It's his 5th goal of the tournament, and finally the defending champions get on the score sheet. USA 2, El Salvador 1. And Chris Todd is beaten. Game on. Perea! And the Americans answer right away. Oh, wow. Nick Pereira with his 2nd of the game. And America now lead 3-1. 2 goals in quick succession in the 3rd period. Nick Pereira now with 112 goals in his beach soccer career. Also a pro player in indoor soccer in the United States as well. Cross-format player, Nick Pereira. Born in Spain, in Madrid, to an American father and to a Spanish father and American mother. Yeah, has lived in Belgium as well. Nick Pereira speaks some 6 languages. Yeah, that was close from Chris Todd, who is looking for his 17th goal in his career. Quite impressive, considering he's a goalkeeper. Pereira recorded his 5th goal against El Salvador alone. Gone pretty well for him in the history in this fixture. The American number 7. He continues to impress with his 8 goals in the tournament. Silveira, overhead kick, goal! Wow! We have seen 3 goals in the 3rd period in just over a minute. And the United States have 2 of the 3. Gabriel Silveira, the latest scorer. Portillo out of position, and Silveira makes no mistake from distance. Half a dozen on the tournament for Gabriel Silveira. 4 on the day for the Americans. Perdomo with a strike, and what a save that was from Todd. Low with the left hand. Brilliant. Into the area. Good save by Portillo. There was a deflection. And yeah, great reflexes from the captain of El Salvador. Pushing it over. It will be a corner though. 4 seconds to take the corner. The Americans will build again. Pereira over the top. Nine minutes to go. The Americans lead by 4 goals to 1. Nick Pereira with 2. Nicolas Pereira with 1. And Gabriel Silveira the other. Overhead kick, and it's over the top. El Salvador have been second best in this contest so far. The Americans with majority of the possession. They have used their physicality, bigger in stature generally, the Americans, and they're using that against the El Salvador team. Out-muscling them, out-bodying them, and denying them chances on the attacking end. Exxon Perdomo and Jason Urbina, the main scorers, have had few opportunities. El Salvador need goals, and that was almost one of them, just wide from Portillo. Portillo hasn't scored in the tournament. Has come close on a few occasions. That was the latest of him. Here goes Chavez. Chance now, Albistan, well saved. Danger from Chris Todd. And the bounce works in his favor, luckily for him. Chavez deflected. Just over 6 minutes to go. We're almost halfway through the third and final period. And the US with a 4-goal advantage now, because Alessandro Canale adds his 4th of the tournament with the overhead kick. America have 5, and they look as if they're headed to the final of the 2023 Beach Soccer Championships. And by default, to the World Cup as well. Great technique from Canale, and Portillo, no chance. Just pulling off from the defender was Canale, and his finish, too much power for Portillo. 5-1. And yeah, the Americans, who coming into this had only won twice ever against El Salvador from their 6 meetings, looks as if they're going to make it 3 from 7. And turn the tide on El Salvador, who beat them in the final of the 2021 championship. Americans won't mind if the ball stays down here with Portillo, because that would mean that El Salvador aren't scoring, and they need at least 4 goals to extend this one. And just about 5.5 minutes to go. Overhead kick, totally mistimed by Roda. Chavez inside to Canale. Good defended by Albistan. Americans have defended really well. They have denied Urbina and Perdomo. That's the latest strike coming in from Christopher Albistan. Carvalho Good save for Theo. 4.5 minutes to go. Yellow card is out. And Robles is booked. An off the ball challenge. Trying to work out who is down injured. It looks like Alvaro Franco. And Robles earns himself a yellow card. Franco is back up. Goals needed for the Central Americans. They have lots of work to do. No team has been to the final more than El Salvador, but it looks as if the Americans are going to deny them this chance tonight. Their population of 6.5 million, El Salvador still egging them on. But it's hard to see how they're going to get past this American team today with this 5-1 deficit, and the Americans have a free kick. Franco plays it short. Desmond makes an overlapping run, but toss not up to it. That was an awkward back pass from Carvalho. And now there's a chance for El Salvador, and they get their second. Their leading goal scorer, Francisco Velasquez, over 100 goals in his career. And his 5th goal against the United States. Just a second for El Salvador today, and his 6th of the tournament. 5-2. The 33-year-old veteran getting that pass tossed. Mistake at the back for the USA, and they certainly don't want to build the confidence of La Selecta. Still quite a bit of time to go. Pereira's shot is blocked. You can see Francis Farberoff there, the bottom of screen, shouting instructions. And jumping there as Christopher Alviston had a real chance to add a 6th. Velasquez sets it up. Nice block. El Salvador are going to fight right till the final whistle. Chance now. And I think Jason Urbina was looking for that. It looked a bit dramatic the way the El Salvador number 6 went down. No penalty. Ooh, that was a bad challenge by Nick Pereira. And he picks up a yellow card, the US captain. He's already scored 2 goals today. Nick Pereira, the leading goal scorer for the Americans, he has 8. And yeah, a bit of a step there. And he's booked for that challenge, 4 challenge on Jason Urbina, who has really good technique from the dead ball situation. And this is a chance for him, even though it's from some distance. 9 goals on the tournament for Jason Urbina. Can he be the first man to get to double figures? Urbina! Good save. Canale. Chance for Silveira. And just wide. Well, that certainly would have confirmed the victory for the Americans had that gone in. They have a corner. 4 seconds to take it. And they get it in just in time. Just over 2 minutes to go. The Americans have the ball and the lead. A 3-goal advantage against the defending champions. That was a chance from Rabina. And then, yeah, just wide from Gabriel Silveira. Denied by Portillo. The USA look as if they're heading to their 3rd final in a row. They have lost their last 2. Can they change the tide on the sands of the Malcom Park Beach Soccer Stadium? They have won at this facility before in 2013. They have fond memories. Their head coach now was the captain of that winning team. And they are about to defeat the defending champions. No team has ever defended their title in the Concacaf Beach Soccer Championships. And history is repeating itself here. 50 seconds to go. Into the area, Velasquez, Perdomo, Velasquez, and yeah, into the safe hands of Christophe. 30 seconds to go. It's been a solid performance from the Americans. Denying El Salvador a goal for the longest period we've seen in this tournament. And keeping them down to 2 goals, the least they have scored in the entire championship. Perdomo. And that would be easy. Just 4 seconds to go. The United States of America are into the final of the 2020 Beach Soccer Championships here in Nassau. They have done it. By default, they qualify for the 2023 FIFA World Cup as well in the United Arab Emirates. What a performance against the defending champions El Salvador. 2 goals from their captain Nick Pereira, 1 from Nicolas Pereira and 1 from Gabriel Silveira, as well as Alessandro Canale, means that the Americans get into their 3rd final in a row. They defeat La Selecta by 5 goals to 2.
In 33 minutes, the Hollands will play on this pitch against Mexico. Who had a very close game yesterday between national. The all 24 in that next game. The super round, their elevation, be careful as always. As you do, and makes us very root obviously about that as well. Obviously, this is okay.
No, primero darle las gracias a Dios por nos dio la oportunidad de practicar este deporte. Un poco triste por el resultado. Creo que enfrente teníamos a un rival, a uno de los mejores de la Concacaf. Y no supimos concretar, no supimos manejar el partido y aquí están los resultados.
¿Cómo analizas el campeonato para El Salvador?
Un campeonato muy triste. Los primeros partidos los hicimos bien.